So this is a summary of the RAP strategy, which is read, ask, and put. I've tried to collect some information for you in order to make it as clear as possible and as easy to practice as possible. So here are some golden rules, some do's and don'ts of paraphrasing. First, let's start with the do's in green. Use synonyms. This is very essential in order to change the language of the original author of the text that you are working on. You need to change the words. You need to use synonyms. 2, use compensatory strategies. What are compensatory strategies? I've put it down here. They are thinking strategies that empower the reader to have a reflective cognitive learning style. So you are going to, let's say, in very simple words, you are going to think about the text and the language of the text and think of replacing those words and those phrases and those structures with different ones. Change the sentence structure. This is essential. Some people think that when you paraphrase a sentence, you just take, 2 or 3 words, replace them by synonyms, and the job is done. That is not true. It will still seem very similar to the original, and that's why you need also to work on the sentence structure. Cite the source when you can't paraphrase. If it is very difficult for you to change the words in the sentence structure, then use quoting. And we said last time that quoting is the easiest way, but still we need to have in mind that we have a certain percentage of quotation in our paper. It should not exceed a certain limit, and that limit or percentage differs from one discipline to the other. Usually when I teach BA students, I tell them I will allow you up to 20, but other instructors and in postgraduate research, usually we are very strict about the percentage, and it can be 10 to 12%. So you've tried to work on the sentence, and it is very difficult to find synonyms, it's very difficult to find the structure, then the way out is to use it as a quotation, to quote it and not to paraphrase it. And when you quote, that means you put the statement of the original, the sentence or group of sentences of the original author between inverted commas, and then you document. Now, let's look at the don'ts of paraphrasing. Don't leave out information. When you are paraphrasing, you should include the information in the original passage. The whole idea is just restating it in your own language. Don't plagiarize. Plagiarizing is using the same sentence structure, the same words, and not citing and documenting. Don't change the original meaning. That's important. What you are trying to do is to express the original meaning, but in your own words. So be careful when you change the wording that you don't change the meaning. Don't include your own opinion. At this stage, you shouldn't include your opinion, because what you are doing is paraphrasing, is taking from a source and putting it in your own language. Your opinion, your analysis, your point of view will come maybe after the paraphrase or before the paraphrase. So this is some sort of building an argument between what other people have said and what you think of what other people have said. So at this stage of paraphrasing, when you do paraphrase, you don't give your own point of view or your opinion. Again, more about paraphrasing and strategies of paraphrasing in order to achieve that task successfully. We might say that there are 6 steps to effective paraphrasing. Other than the strategies, these are steps. And you will find that we are saying, a few things that are similar to what we have said before in explaining the RAP strategy, but I wanted to put this again because it has some details that are not mentioned there. Reread the original passage until you understand it, until you understand its full meaning. Set the original aside and write your paraphrase on a note card or on a piece of paper, type it on your computer file, whatever. Okay, so this is important. Why is this step important? Because if the passage is in front of you, you will tend to copy, believe me. Jot down a few words below your paraphrase to remind you later how you envision using this material. Some researchers do this, some don't, but I think it's very useful because when you come to look at your notes and you just find paraphrasing, different passages that have been paraphrased, you will need to work on them again in order to know how to use them. But if you put under each paraphrase where you are going to use it and how you are going to use it, that is going to be helpful. Check your writing with the original to make sure your version accurately expresses all the essential information in a new form. 2 important things. You keep the essential information. Number 2, you put it in a new form. This really sums up paraphrasing, or actually successful paraphrasing. Use quotation marks to identify any unique term or phraseology you have borrowed exactly from the source. So we're not talking about citations or quotations here. We are talking about paraphrasing, but using within the paraphrase some terms, scientific terms, literary terms, terms in engineering, terms in nursing, terms in computer sciences, that cannot be changed. So terms are important to be used as they are. You can put those between inverted commas. Record the source, including the page, on your note card so that you can credit it easily. Some researchers, especially at the beginning of doing research, they forget to cite and document where they have taken the original from. And that would mean a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of time, because you'll have to go over what you have done in order to find where you have taken that, paraphrase from.